Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss what is the meaning of root locus, importance of root locus, what are the important properties of root locus, and what are the important procedures to plot the root locus, and also how to plot a root locus for a given open loop transfer function. So this is the agenda of the presentation. So moving further, first of all, let's understand what is the meaning of root locus. So definition, according to definition, root locus is a path traced by the poles of a closed loop system whenever the gain k varies from 0 to infinity. That is the meaning of root locus. Okay. It's a path basically traced by the poles of a closed loop system whenever you are going to vary the gain k from 0 to infinity. That means the root locus shows how the system poles move from when the gain k changes from the range of 0 to infinity. So we have the following observation. Whenever k changes, the location of poles also getting changed. So that means stability is going to affect. Even system performance also going to change. These are the major observations which you can check out. The root locus helps to study the stability as well as system behavior. That is what we are mainly focusing on the root locus. We can predict the system stability. Whenever k is equal to 0, that means poles at one location. Suppose k increases, poles start moving. Moreover, k become very large, poles move somewhere else. So these are the basic information which you should understand about the gain. The values of k greater than 0, k less than 0, and k is equal to 0. The path of this movement is called a root locus. So that is a major thing you have to remember. Root locus is simply the movement of poles whenever the gain k changes from 0 to infinity. That is basically called a root locus. So that's a definition of root locus. So why do we study root locus? Tell me the importance. Number one, to check the stability. Number two, to trace the movement of poles. Number three, find the range of k from 0 to infinity. You find out the values of k. Where is the range k stands? Design a stable control system. We require root locus. These are the major purpose of studying the root locus. Coming to the basic concept, we have a closed loop transfer function defined by kg of s by 1 plus kg of s. Characteristic equation is nothing but equating the denominator polynomial to 0. So please look at the denominator. This is my denominator. So I'm going to equate the denominator polynomial to 0. The root locus shows how the root of this equation when k changes. So that is what exactly the meaning of root locus. What are the properties of root locus? This may ask in the examination or any other viva. First property, root locus start from open loop poles. That means whenever k is equal to 0. That's the first property. Second property says that root locus ends at open loop zeros. That is whenever k is equal to infinity. Starting and ending we should understand. So that is what we are going to study the path whenever the range k varies from 0 to infinity. Coming to the third property, number of root locus branches equal to number of poles. That is another property. Okay. Number of root locus branches equal to total number of poles. Fourth property says that root locus will be always symmetrical about the real axis. Whenever we are plotting S-plane, so remember root locus will be always symmetrical about the real axis. It will divide equally, cut into equal halves. If you divide, it will cut equal halves. Coming to the fifth property, the poles are moved from zeros. Some branches go to infinity. So root locus will always start from poles. So always start from poles and ends to 0, or it may goes to infinity. Starting from poles only, right? So there are some certain rules to plot the root locus plot. So find the root locus for the given transfer function. First of all, you have to determine number of poles and a number of zeros. Here it is very clear that only denominator polynomial is available. So roots of the denominator polynomials are 0, -2, and -4. So that's the first point we would like to notice. Second rule, number of branches you have to calculate. Number of branches is equal to number of poles. Since three poles are existing, 0, -2, -4, there are three branches available. Third rule says that identify the starting point. Root locus starts from the poles whenever k is equal to 0. So identify the starting point. Coming to the rule number 4, finding out the ending point. Root locus ends at 0, starting from pole and ending to zeros. So that means whenever the gain k is equal to infinity. So we have one thumb rule, if zeros less than poles, branches goes to infinity. That is another thumb rule you have to remember. Whenever the number of zeros less than number of poles, branches goes to infinity. Coming to the rule number 5, real axis rule. Root locus exists on real axis if number of poles and number of zeros to the right is odd. So that is another point. So number of poles and number of zeros to the right is odd. Coming to the rule number 6, checking the asymptote. If the poles greater than 0, number of asymptote should be computed. Number of asymptote is equal to P minus Z. So moreover, angle of asymptote you can compute using the formula 2q plus 1 into 180 divided by P minus Z. That is called the angle of asymptote. So that is a standard formula to calculate angle of asymptote. So these are the 5 important rules you should take care while drawing the root locus. So kindly recall those important 5 rules. Computation of poles and zeros, determine the number of branches, identify the starting and ending point, then follow the real axis rule where the exact root locate, then calculation of asymptote and the angle of asymptote and the number of asymptote. Explain the procedure of drawing the root locus. First of all, you have to determine open loop poles and zero. Very simple, equating the denominator polynomial and numerator polynomial to be 0. So find the roots, you can compute poles and zeros. Step number 2, plot the poles and zeros. Pole will be marked by using cross, where zero will be marked by using small circle. Step number 3, number of branches is equal to number of pole. That is an important thumb rule you should remember. Step number 4 says that locate the real axis segment. That means use the odd rule. That is very important. Step number 5, find the number of asymptote. Number of asymptote can be determined by using P minus Z, where P greater than Z. Computation of find the centroid. Centroid is equal to summation of poles minus summation of zeros divided by number of pole minus number of zeros. Seventh rule says that draw the approximate root locus branches. Okay, we have a simple example k by s into s plus 2 into s plus 4. First of all, determine the poles, equating the denominator polynomial to 0. Then finding out the zero. Since there is no zeros available, so you have to use it as none. Number of branches will be equal to number of poles. We have 3 number of poles, there will be 3 number of branches. So you have to plot the number of branches first. Compute the asymptote, P minus Z, P minus 3 minus 0, that is equal to 3. Calculation of angle of asymptote. So we have got a 60 degree, 180 degree, 300 degree. How did I get this? So you can use like K, K or Q. Here both are same only, remember. Okay. See, this formula, we can make use of this. 2k plus 1 into 180 by p minus z. Put k is equal to 0, 1, and 2 because we have 3 number of asymptotes. So you have to calculate angle of asymptote. Whenever k is equal to 0, k is equal to 1, and k is equal to 2. Calculation of centroid. Summation of pole minus summation of 0 divided by number of pole minus number of zeros. So that you are getting like a total number of p minus z. Number of asymptote will be getting. So calculation of centroid will be done. Later on, you are supposed to mark all the parameters on the the S plane. Okay. So root locus curve you are supposed to plot. Here, number of root locus branches equal to number of poles. Root locus start from the pole whenever k is equal to 0. Since there are no zeros, the branches will go to infinity. Number of asymptote is equal to p minus z. Those rules you should remember. Then angle of asymptote 2q plus 1 or 2k plus 1 into 180 by 3. So we got 3 angles. Centroid is equal to summation of pole minus summation of zeros by number of pole minus number of set. We got sigma is equal to minus 2. You have to mark accordingly. Then asymptote intersect at the real axis, that is equal to minus 2. That also I need to mark. So this is the way how to plot the root locus. You are supposed to mark the poles first, then you are supposed to mark the zeros, centroid, then these three like asymptote. Later on, you can see that that is like this asymptote is going to intersect the point at imaginary axis. So these are the the root locus you can observe. So this is the way how to plot the root locus. We have to follow those important steps. So I'll come up with the different cases of numerical example in the next video. So that you will be getting a better idea how to apply these rules and protocol to find the root locus and how to determine the stability of a given system. So for the time being, please do understand the definition, then try to understand the importance, try to understand the basic concept, then explain the properties, then simple drawing rules. Okay. So we have to follow six important rules, and also you have to follow 7 important steps. Okay, so that you can plot the root locus without any confusion. So here another example we have given. So similarly, in the next session, I'll come up with so many good examples so that you can get rid of those confusions. Okay, so I wish you all the very best. Happy learning. Have a great day. Kindly share the video if anybody is preparing in the domain of control system. Thank you all. Have a nice